everybody, welcome back to our happy place. My name is C and I'm the owner of CLM Custom Designs on Etsy, and my channel is all things crafting. Today I wanted to bring you a couple of quick crafting ideas. Let's jump into the intro. Is moving and she wants a few things for her house. Her colors used to be teal, now she's moving, they're going to be black and gray, so I'm just repurposing these. But you do get them from the dollar store. They come 2 in a pack and they're just the foam dice. So I bought 2 packs of these and I am going to paint them black. And then once they are all painted and dried, I'm just using actually some paint from the dollar store called Crafter's Square. So I'm going to paint these. They may require 2 coats. The best way I think to paint them is to put them on some little stick or a skewer, poke it in the bottom, find something that has enough weight to it that it won't fall over. I'm going to just use this cup, and then I'm going to be able to paint them, set them down in there, and let them dry. So I will see you when they're all painted, and I'm ready to move on to the next step. Okay guys, I got the first coat on these. I'm setting them aside to dry. I'm going to move on to our other little project, which is she wanted something to put her melon at her front door. She found this little thing on clearance. It says cat hair don't care, but it kind of gives you the impression of, you know, a little mail slot. So I just decided, well, we could DIY this, right? So I took the screws out to separate the basket from the plaque. I sanded the plaque down, and I'm just going to give this a nice coat of white. I'm gonna have to let these dry. Probably put another coat on, but while they're drying, we can jump over and cut some things out on the Cricut. So I will see you in just a few. I've put on about 3 coats of paint on the dice. They are in the process of drying right now, the final coat. I have completed painting the sign white. I am now moving on to Cricut Design Space so I can begin to cut out the words. I have my design space up right now, and let's make it a little bigger. I've done this project before, so I'm just going to click on the project and I'm going to hit customize just to make sure that everything is the right size of what I want. And basically what I am doing is I am going to print the word home. Each one of the dice will have a letter on it, and this flower will be for the O. So I just want to check to make sure I have the sizing of each one correct. Let's see. Yep, that is about the size that I want, which is like 1.4, give or take. And they're all, other than the M, they're all kind of the right size and about the same size. So you put them together, you can kind of see how they look. That way you can adjust any letter that you want to, the size or whatever. But everything looks pretty good. I think I am happy with that. If this ever happens to you, you see it showed up on 2 different mats, but you can actually move it. It did that because apparently it's reading this flower as a different color from the rest of the letters, maybe like a shade off, because for each separate color it will give you a different mat to print on. So I'm just going to go to these 3 dots right here, click on it, say move object. I'm going to move it to this first mat and I'm going to confirm it, and now you can see everything is on the same mat. You know, I always tell you to keep your scraps that you cut off of your larger pieces of vinyl, and the scraps come in handy for projects just like this. instead of pulling out a whole full sheet, I can go in my little scrap bin, which I have separated. This is my scrap bin. As you can see, it says permanent scraps. I have a baggie for each color. So I'm just going to go through, find what color I want to use. It's done cutting. I'm going to take it off the mat, but I'm not going to weed it yet because I'm going to print out the sign for her mail slot before, so that I can have everything printed or cut, and then I can go ahead and weed. So I'm going to actually group this together, and I'm going to hide it. So you notice over here, hopefully you can see right here, you see these little eyes, and what these allow you to do is to hide the item that you see next to it. So I'm just going to click on this, and it's going to go away. It went away as a group. I could ungroup it and just hide one at a time or one particular element if I wanted to, but in this case, since I'm going to hide everything, I'm going to highlight it, I'm going to group it, and then I'm going to click the eye. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm just going to bring in a new design to go on the mailbox, and I just don't want to have it on the mat while I'm designing it. So I am literally just going to go into the already pre-existing images that Cricut has. I'm hoping they'll have something that says mail. I'm just going to type that in because I don't feel like thinking of anything cutesy. I'm going to just go with this one that says mail. That is going to be simple, sweet, and to the point, and it is what it is. I thought that was a cutout, but it's not. It's two separate pieces, and I know that because it's showing me over here that it's two separate pieces. So if I were to hit that, it will go away. So this is actually two separate pieces, but I am going to just have the word mail cut out of here so that instead of being layered on top, it's a cutout. So this is what I mean. Right here, I'm going to ungroup it. So you can see that it's two different pieces. It's a solid piece, and then it's the word mail over top, right? So I'm going to undo so that I can get that back. Okay. So what I am going to do is highlight both of these. I'm going to hit slice down here, and you've seen me use the slice tool before. Give it a second to do its thing. Okay, so now you see it has sliced the word mail out of this piece. So now you see I have this piece, the piece that cut out, and this. So I can actually delete that, and now I just have this piece, which is all I really want. So what I'm going to do while that is printing out is I'm going to put this mesh back on. Now I kind of know how much space I'm working with. Take this out. We are getting ready to weed. Now this is weeded. I'll show you the male again. And so now I need to get my transfer tape so that I can apply these to the surfaces. Okay, got my transfer tape. I am getting ready to put this on here. And really, quite honestly, this is big enough that probably I could have just laid it down without the transfer tape. But go ahead, I'm just going to burnish it to make sure it sticks. Peel it back. Okay. Move this over, and I'm going to kind of put this to the top, kind of line it up a little bit. Make it centered. It's for my daughter, so it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. She will love it because mommy did it. I'm going to do it right there. Okay. There you go. So now she will be able to hang this on her wall and be able to drop her mail in it when she comes in the house. And hopefully she'll remember to go back to it and pay the bills that are inside. But this is just to show you. I think the original one that she's seen was like maybe $15 or $20. And then we saw this one on clearance and I was like, oh, I can make that happen. Moving on to the next project. Take them off the stick. Only thing you have to remember is the side that you poke the hole in to paint it needs to be the side that's going to go down on your surface. I'm going to take all of these off the stick. Literally just going to pick this up with my tweezers. Just going to pick it up like so. You can see it. I'm going to try to place it down in the center. I'm going to pick the surface that I think is the smoothest and just kind of pop it right down in the center of the dice. And again, just be mindful of where you place that hole at so that you know that that's going to be on the bottom. Okay. There you go. So I'm going to turn it around. There you go. You just saw me do some simple, quick DIYs. I think they're very, very cute. They add a little pop to your space, and they are on the inexpensive side. So they are definitely budget friendly. So I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. I want you to share this with anyone else who you think could benefit from my content. Again, I know a lot of you are watching, but not a lot of you are hitting that subscribe button. So just go ahead and hit it. It's absolutely free. That way you don't have to miss any of my content that I drop weekly. Soon I will be going live, and hopefully I will be adding more content weekly. So you guys have a lot to look forward to, and I don't want you to miss any of it. So in the meantime, guys, be safe. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.